Well, hello dirt bike friends, it's old guy Moto Freakin', and yes, we are at TCCRA 4606, and this is a practice lap. I think it's 8.25 miles or 8.5, something like that, and yeah, we're out checking out the track. I did quite a few laps for practice here, but I did not race. And we got completely dumped on the morning of the race, and this became a complete mud fest. So anyway, I just decided I wasn't into it, and saw the first couple bikes come back from the first race, the expert race, and yeah, man, I don't know. I just did a bunch of maintenance on the bike. Clean the axles, the bearings, and I don't know. The whole idea of spending 8 hours tearing my bike down and putting it back together didn't seem like a good idea at the time. So anyway, I'm sure it was an epic race. God, for those that did it, high five to you. You definitely have more time than I do to tear your bike apart and put it back together. But you know, it's awesome. Yeah, what do you say? Maybe I'm a pussy, maybe I'm not, I don't know, you know, but practice laps are really good. I don't know, I tried to get it so it was, you know, full lap. I didn't really edit this in any way, so you can pretty much see the course. A lot different the day before. Yes. I mean, it was so dusty. You can't really see it a lot during this. I think toward the end of this lap, I get passed by a couple guys that are going faster. And yeah, by the end of 8.5 miles or so, my GoPro lens was completely covered in dust. And you'll notice the footage kind of gets a little haze to it as we get to the end. But anyway, I thought it'd be interesting to share the practice lap. I was so concerned about getting out my truck out of the event, which proved to be quite a challenge. I think 10 or 20 RVs or so got left behind, and people just had to drive out and come back when it dries out to get their RVs and their bikes locked up in their RVs. So I did get out, even with two-wheel drive Betsy, 225,000 miles club, hell yeah, Ford F-150. Anyway, we got out doing fishtails and donuts, and anyway, we powered through the meadow and did it with style. Yeah, maybe didn't race, but felt like I was racing my truck when I was going out there. Anyway, so, yeah, here's the practice lap. I'm just rambling on, sipping a little whiskey, and just kind of reflecting on the weekend. So, kind of wish I could have raced, you know. Felt really good in this practice lap. As you get toward the end of the practice lap, I seem to be getting my rhythm, and there is a couple technical sections, but not a lot. This was going to be a really fast track if it was dry. They cut a ton of it out for the actual race. A lot of the technical sections and like the amateurs and the women's races were pretty darn short. So yeah, when we saw the bikes come back from some of the second races, it was pretty gnarly, you know. I mean, if you're into tearing your bike down and putting it back together, high five. Had enough mud this season so far, and hoping for some dry races coming up. So anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'll let you watch some of this. We got about a 30-minute lap time or so to get around here. I'm pretty much putting, but I'll shut up and let you check out some of the course. Again, it's TCCRA 4606 and we are out at where the heck were we? Cowbone, yeah. So yeah, it's cow field. Anyway, farm out in southwest of Dallas, south of Fort Worth. Anyway, I'm gonna edit any of this shit. Y'all just check it out, and yeah. Yeah, and so all in all, it was a really fun track. Pretty fast, a lot of little bumps and whoops. You'll see there's a huge whoop section at the end. Pretty fun. You know, would have been a really, really fast track, I'm thinking, if we didn't get any rain and it was the whole track. But yeah, ended up being completely different than we're seeing here today. So, you know, it is what it is. So, like I said, it was super dusty. It really doesn't show that here, this early part of the video. Maybe you'll see it up here in a little bit, but some guys come around me or something. Anyway, yeah, check it out. And I know a lot of my DFW buds out there have ridden Crooked Creek, which is just outside of Waco, Texas. Not open anymore, but golly, this track reminded me of Crooked Creek a lot, especially this section right here. I mean, just low scrub trees and these meadows, and I don't know. Miss Crooked Creek, they closed down, shut down to riding. It was one of my favorite places to go, and we certainly had some awesome rides out there with all the DFW trail riders. So yeah, if you're not familiar with them, I'll have to plug them right now. Check out Facebook. Go on Facebook and search for DFW Trail Riders if you're in my area. Anyway, great group of guys. Really enjoyed riding with them for quite some time. A few years for me, and yeah, anyways, we have a lot of fun together. So this reminds me of Crooked Creek and I guess some other places here in Texas, but definitely reminds me of Crooked Creek, especially this section. So right here to the right is the tire section, and I'm just going to go around it. I actually tried it a few times and had trouble with it. I just wasn't feeling it. The tires were big, they were pretty close. I tried to roll over a little too quick. I didn't have any problem getting over the tires, but coming down on the opposite side, my wheel was turning a little bit to the left or right, and I lost my setup for the next tire. And so they were spaced apart a little differently, and you really just needed to kind of blip over them kind of slow and plant your feet and roll one at a time. Unless you really knew what you were doing, which I'm an amateur and I don't. But anyway, I just kind of went by them this time. Of course, they were cut out during the race, you know, wet, muddy tires on tires. Almost impossible to get over unless you're world-class Graham Jarvis or whatever. So anyway, you can also see some of the dust now. Here I hook up with some riders, and it was hard to see. You'll see a few spots here. I don't know if the GoPro does it justice, but coming into the sun, a pile of dust, you know, all it takes is a rock 6 inches big or the wrong little dip to like break a collarbone. Anyway, I could only imagine what it was going to be like during the race. I had no idea we were going to have any rain at all. It was like a 20% chance. Who knew we were going to have like some torrential, you know, 7 hours of rain, you know. I think it started raining at about 9 in the morning. It finished at 1, something like that, 12 or 1. So good 5-6 hours bare minimum of rain. So, you know, I was thinking a little rain was going to be awesome because it'd kill this dust, and just, you know, little mud would be great, but it just didn't stop. And despite there wouldn't have been any dust, yeah, there's the other part of the mudfest race. So anyways, here's what I was talking about with the dust. dusty race tomorrow. Super fun section here. Dropped down into the woods, went over a few dips, and you kind of powered through this creek and just pulled out on a little climb. So there were two lines. You could go to the left or the right. The left was easier coming out of the end here, but GoPro doesn't do it justice. A lot of people were having trouble right there. I should say a lot of amateur. Some of the women were having some trouble there. But I was super excited to do that line coming through on the race. It didn't happen. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so here's another example of the dust. I pulled over out of courtesy. Hey, it's a practice lap. Guy's hauling ass. He's driving faster than me. Matter of fact, if you're not in my class, or maybe even in my class, and you're racing faster than me and riding my tail, I'll let you by. Seriously, so. But I thought I'd like take off right after him and kind of push it up. And yeah, sure enough, I get into the dust here for a little bit, but he just kind of powers away from me anyway. I mean, he makes some kind of slowdown up here, and I get back into the dust again. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I just need to chill out. I don't want to back up. Hey, it's practice. I don't want to be behind this guy. Air filters, all that stuff. So I did get back to camp, clean my air filter. It's pretty darn gnarly. I did 5 laps, so about 40-something miles Saturday. And yeah, so air filter was crazy dirty, but not nearly as dirty as my bike would have been. So I had just cleaned the bearings and axles, and I had put a new tire on the other day. And I don't know, getting the dirt really out of it and breaking the whole engine apart. I'm just too busy right now. I don't have time to do that. So that's really why I'm a big pussy. That's my big excuse. Yeah, why I didn't race is Yeah, I just didn't want to clean my bike, believe it or not. It sounds weird, but man, I've done it so many times. Out of all the races this year, 6 races this year, we've only had one, I think, where there wasn't a lot of mud to deal with and a lot of bike cleaning to deal with. This one, definitely the worst of all of the first 6 races, TCCRA. another super fun section. Fun. Yeah, anyway, yeah. Come through a series of whoops. It's a long straightaway. There's a lot of doubles opportunities here. This lap, I'm actually going to hit the first jump and then dodge a bunch of them just to see what the speed is. I was hitting the jumps before and not clearing doubles, but, jump, middle, and just kind of kept through that. But saw some guys, if you knew what you were doing, you could hit a lot of doubles through there. Your timing had to be just right, though. So, anyway, super fun section. Only not fun thing about that section is I was going through on lap 4, and I was actually carrying my cell phone in my zipper climb pants pocket. And I came through that section and I didn't have the zipper shut. I know, had my phone for tracking the track, and I was going to look at a map of it and use it to study it some more. Anyway, phone flew out, never thought I'd find it. Went back to camp, realized my phone was gone, and lucky for me, I had my iPad with me in the truck, and I Google searched what to do, and sure enough, I remember hearing about Find My iPhone app, something on your computer. Anyway, I punched it in, launched the app, and I'll be damned, my phone is sitting somewhere by the pond. No shit. So buddy of mine, Paul, we got on the bikes, put the iPad between my legs, and we just followed the dot. And eventually had to get off the bikes. The phone was buried in dirt. Case came off it. Screen protector smashed, but not the screen. Looks like a couple bikes ran over it, got kicked to the side and buried, but never would have found that thing in a million years. High five to my Find My iPhone app. Wow, is that the coolest thing or what? It was like a treasure map. So yeah, we drank a couple beers, went and found my phone, and $600 savings. So thank you, Apple, for Find My iPhone app. That was freaking awesome. Well, that's about it, amigos. That's coming up here on the end of an 8.5 mile ride. And hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate all your support. Ride hard, have fun, and I'll catch you next time.